This is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show on a night where the Rangers loaded up the top line. It was the second line that carried the load to a third straight win, all on the road. Welcome into our Delta MSG studios, everyone. John Giannone alongside Steve Valiquette. Probably could say after what we've seen these last 3 games for the Rangers away from the Garden, it's never too early to build character, and these were some character wins. You know what I love about this team right now? They compete. They compete. And there's a big difference between working hard and competing. Competing is winning battles. Competing is through the lineup. Every single player on that team emptied the tank in this game. When the first line didn't get lucky, the rest of the line picked them up. When you watch each player and you see his face on the bench, whether it's Lafreniere or Zibanejad or Panarin, they're beat red. That, to me, looks like somebody that's going through dehydration and exhaustion, and they're pushing through. And they really push through the wall as a team. And it starts on the back end with Shesterkin, and it goes all the way through the lineup. That is a really competitive team. Ranger fans are going to be very proud of this team. And I see that going forward because that's all we've seen from them in the last few games. Yeah, it was a top line stacked of Panarin on the left, Zibanejad in the middle, Kreider on the right. They hit the post at least 4 times. Maybe 5 if you count one that hit the side of the net. So then that meant without Kakko and without Strome as second-line players, you had Philip Hedl move up, and you also had Alexis Lafreniere dropping down to the second line, and the other player on that line, Sammy Blais. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe Sammy Blais was waiting for his welcome to the Rangers moment. He had a 60-minute welcome to the Rangers night. Should I let my fanboy moment not get too out of hand? Because I'm a huge cheerleader for Sammy Blais. And look, and I know, and I'll be the first one to say, I miss Buchnevich like everybody else. I'll tell you right now, though, St. Louis didn't want to give this guy up because these are the things that he does. He'll take a hit to make a play, and that was a nasty elbow that he comes back from, and he's going to take contact because he gives a lot of contact, and he's okay with that. Watch him get between the dots. That's where the game changes, and he's never afraid to get inside, and he's got hands to back it up. I mean, again, here's a guy that scored at every level. Look at the pass he gives here to Hedl on the game's first goal. Again, through the middle of the ice in the neutral zone, a really nice play. He watches himself here and then hangs back for a split second with some really soft hands and sets up the winning goal here to Lafreniere. I mean, he's really the complete package. I want to see him put this whole thing together, play like that night after night. He was really the catalyst that brought this group together, and he was one of those guys that, again, when Zibanejad, Kreider, and Panarin had a little bit of a tough night luck-wise, it was nice to see somebody push up the lineup from below. Yeah, we talked about how Barclay Goodrow is actually the coach's Swiss Army knife and can play anywhere. Sammy Blais is going to become that kind of player, and that toe drag proves the kind of skill that he could bring to the ice, and he brought it at just the right time for the Rangers to break a 1-1 tie late in the third period. And it was all in support of a guy who you heard Sam Rosen talk about the numbers. 99 saves in the last 102 shots faced by Igor Shesterkin, all in enemy territory. For those who aren't great at math, and I'm not, thank goodness for the computer, 971 save percentage in this 3-game winning streak for Igor Shesterkin. I'll take a deep breath before I get started on Igor, okay? Because he's showing us things that we haven't seen in this game before, and we don't even know how spoiled we are yet. He is changing the way that goalies skate. He's changing the way that goalies read the play, the way that he charges when it's necessary, and the way he hangs back when he has to. And you can see it in his crease, because when the pressure's on, he's able to move and recover as good as anybody in the NHL. I mean, look at that blocker save, full contact, very solid too, and strong on those tight rebound plays. But it's his ability to move on his knees and track and his edge work. We're talking flexibility and ability to freeze. I don't see a component of his game that doesn't continue. Everything he's building right now is something that you're looking forward and saying, I can't wait to see this guy play again. That, to me, again, was another Hank heist, all right? Stole another game. I think the Rangers had their chances, too, but I got to say that early in this game, when he made a few of those sequence saves, most goalies in the league don't make those, John, and now you're playing this game from behind. But when you have this guy in your net, he seems to be able to give you a chance to win in those moments early in games where it's a little dicey and the game hasn't really leveled itself off yet.
the game hinges on the goaltender, and boy, was his play ever strong.
And again, to put it in some perspective, the Rangers allowed 5 goals in the first 60 minutes this season. Igor Shesterkin has allowed 6 goals in 244 minutes so far in the first 4 games that he has played. We showed you what Sammy Blais did on the night and how he contributed to both Ranger goals that weren't empty netters. I'll take you back to the first period when Philip Hedl scored the goal. And when you break it down, Steve, it's a goal that started 200 feet away, and maybe is a goal that you could blame more on the goaltender than credit Philip Hedl. I don't know, you tell me.
Well, I will credit the team defense because, again, we're talking about competing and knowing your assignments around your net, and I feel like the Rangers collapsed here really well. They showed their mettle, and they were tested. Nashville was hard, man, and they were pushing, and they were right in front, but Hedl, Lundqvist, they get a little bit of help here, and Blais joins in. I like the fact that Hedl reads off Blais and goes. He's not being passive in the neutral zone as Nashville tries to squeeze. That slip pass from Blais is awesome. And now you've got Hedl. He's on his backhand. It looks like a pass. And most goalies, when they see a lefty coming down the right side, they're cheating on a backhand pass that's going back to the middle. I give Hedl credit, though. He disguises that pretty well. And he may have seen Soros cheat a little bit, and that shot shouldn't go in from there. But again, I got to give Hedl a lot of credit there because he made it look like he was passing to the middle to Blais.